All right, guys, so here is everything that I am doing on my second leg day, which is a bit more hamstring and glute focused, a bit more of that posterior chain focus. Now, yesterday I went skateboarding for about an hour on a longboard, which I haven't rode a skateboard in probably like at least that hard in 5+ years, probably more. So I didn't realize that you can't just jump on a skateboard as a full-grown adult and just start riding it and pushing. So like my right foot that I push with, the top of it is like, what the fuck? And I thought that this was really going to affect my leg day, but it's actually okay. And today, if you look at the shoes I have, those are Nike SBs. Those are actual skateboarding shoes, but they work great for lifting because they have that like waffle grip on the bottom and they're flat. So I do like a flat shoe on leg day, and this is probably the shoe I should have worn skateboarding, but I wore like a Nike Air Max, like throwback, whatever shoe, because I was trying to be fresh and trying to be too cool. But anyways, here's everything that I'm doing right now for my hammies, because I've got pretty good quads, at least I like to think I do, but I think I lack in the hammies and glutes. I think I could definitely use some more hammies and glutes. So even though I'm in a cut right now, with the food being, decently high still, with there being some tren in the mix, I'm only taking a total milligram amount of 810 milligrams per week, which isn't that much for me. I've been up towards 1,500, 1,700 probably and deep in a contest prep. But 800 is a good sweet spot for making gains. And guys, I've made gains on 200 milligrams a test. A lot of my leg gains came from growing on 200 milligrams a test. It's just about training fucking hard. So let's not say you can't make gains you might need 200 milligrams a test. I'm not going to say that if you're natural, you could just make gains, man. I'm not going to bullshit you. If you're natural, I'll be honest, good fucking luck, man. You better be an elite natural. I certainly was not one. That's why I decided to get on testosterone. But I know some people, that are elite naturals, or they at least train fucking like they are one. They train hard. They lift heavy. They go balls to the wall. But they're kind of built that way, man, and everyone's built different. But anyways, without getting into too much gear talk, because I don't want to make it about that, I want to make today about training. And here's what I'm doing for training. So I started this workout with a single leg hamstring curl, and the reason why I'm doing that is because single leg movements, what you're able to do is you're able to send what signal you would send to two legs or two body parts typically to that one muscle. So you're able to just develop a better mind-muscle connection overall to that. And with that, you are able to output more. Now, there's a caveat to that. The people doing single-arm dumbbell bench press, that's dumb because you're not stable in that position. So the amount of energy it takes for your body to stabilize is what you would be getting from the benefit from getting from a unilateral movement. So there's no reason to do a single arm bench press or certain single arm movements. There's no single arm overhand back row that you should do or single arm. I'm not going to get into it much further. Basically what I'm saying is when the movement is stable, it makes sense to go unilateral. When the movement's not stable, there's no point because you're going to spend that energy trying to balance. So that's what we started out with. And then guys, the next movement, some of y'all get scared of this one because you're going to be double cheeked up on a Thursday afternoon, hella ass, and that is the hip thrust machine. I have not done these in a while, man, but I'll tell you what, I was able to load 4 plates on this thing, and they felt great. They felt fucking great, and I would say that a glute pump is S tier. I would put it up there. It's at least an A tier. The girls have been gatekeeping it for too long, so don't let them do that. Glutes, man. And check it out. If you go to prison, you know what? You might be juicy, but you know what? No one's going to get you because by the time you go and drop the soap but pick it up, your glutes are going to be so tight that it's nothing's getting to you, man. Hit your hip thrust. You never know. From there, moved on to another glute exercise, man. We moved on to a glute bias leg press. So what I have here is I've got my feet a bit higher and I've got them close together. If I wanted more adductor, I would place my feet slightly wider. And if I wanted more quad, I'd place my feet slightly lower. And I'm okay, if I'm going for quads, I'm okay with my heels coming up a little bit. Sometimes I'll let my heels even hang off this platform if I am going for quads. But I'm going for glutes here, so feet high, feet close, and just letting the weight come down. Now, I did set the stopper on this machine a little high because in the past, I have hurt myself doing a movement like this. I put my feet way too high. I let my back come up and round, and it tweaked my back, and I was out of commission for a good few days. Like it was hard to even put my pants on. So I'm careful with this movement. I think I'm getting enough hip flexion, right? The knees aren't getting as much bend, but the hips are. So this is going to be more of a glute-focused style leg press with the feet higher like that. After that, we went into another pressing movement. This one is going to be now more for quads. So I hit some hack squats here, guys. And I was thinking about going 3 plates, but I was like, you know what? Fuck it. There's no reason we can't. And I was a little worried because of this foot, but actually, these turned out okay. I felt like I was moving a little fast through them. I would like to see myself go a bit slower, but I believe they were still effective today for a good stimulus. So got those out of the way, and then after that, went and did a seated hamstring curl. And then what I did for these guys is I decided to do a rest pause set here. So instead of just doing 2 sets, I did a rest pause and I left the pad locked. I just let my hamstring stretch out on this pad, and then I think I banged out like another 8 reps, and then that was that there. So 1 good hard rest pause set. After that, I went and I did RDLs on this RDL machine, deadlift machine that we have here at my gym. And what I did here is I said, let me go for 6 to 8 reps, but let me hold this negative for 3 seconds at the bottom. Like, let me really hang out in that negative, in that stretch. Now, this is at the end of my workout, so I don't have that much weight on here, but also at the same time, I've always felt like as I go way too heavy with deadlifts, I stop feeling them in my hamstrings, and I just get like my lower back and erectors working. So I really just wanted to keep this in my hamstrings and just said, fuck it, dude. I don't care about the weight. I just want to get a good fucking stretch and make these count. And they felt good, man. I mean, I don't know how sore the hammies are going to be tomorrow, but I really felt like this was a solid stimulus overall for my leg day. After that, I went ahead and finished up with some calves. And I like just this, little seated leg press calf raise, this little sled here. This is just the most straightforward. And I went and really pumped these out. So I did actually hit 30 reps on the first set. Then I upped the weight and held the tension a bit more at the bottom. That stretch is most important. You don't have to go and press up onto your toes with these. You're not getting any more calf out of that. You want the stretch, then you want to come to the neutral position. Once you've done that, you've done a full rep. So that was the workout, and then I was doing some posing as well after, which you saw in the beginning of the video. And, not competing, like I said, guys, but I do believe that posing does help out with, 1, it's sort of a form of cardio, and then 2, I believe the muscle actually gets conditioned and the muscle actually gets shaped. Being able to hit the poses, I believe that you do build some mind-muscle connection from posing. So even if you're not a bodybuilder, I would recommend learning how to do some poses. And I think it looks cool. It's kind of like dancing. Like, this is about the only dance moves that I have, kind of. I wish I was a better dancer. I really do. And maybe I will be one day, but that day will be here when it gets here. And I trust that by the end of my life, I'll have, okay dance skills. But for right now, I can do some bodybuilding posing and I can build some muscle. So that's what we're focused on right now, guys. This was my leg day. Hopefully to build some better hammies, and the hammies do feel good. They look good. I'm seeing them hang a little bit more in my progress photos. So we're going to continue with this for a while, and I'll keep you guys updated on more training tips, things like that. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you guys later.